Madam Deputy Speaker, as an MP in a largely rural Cambridgeshire constituency, the potential impact of the changes to both agricultural and business property relief stand to have a devastating effect on the livelihoods of our family farms. I struggle to believe that newly minted rural Labour MPs, or indeed Cambridgeshire's own farming minister, are experiencing full-throated support for this policy. We are yet to see members on that side of the House take a stance against this policy on behalf of their constituents. They must be receiving the same angry and worried emails that we are. Yet the few who actually come to the chamber to speak in these debates genuflect before the government's anti-farming policy, while hundreds of others hide themselves away. From my local perspective, I can only assume that farmers across the constituency boundary in Labour North West Cambridgeshire simply won't be impacted. Except they will. 203 farm holdings, in fact, and a further 306 in Huntingdon, 688 across Huntingdonshire. Guy is an arable farmer in Warboys, right on the constituency boundary with North West Cambridgeshire. His is a 600-acre arable farm producing wheat, barley, beans and sugar beet. Under the government's changes to APR and BPR, if Guy were to pass away before passing the farm to his children, then the whole business would face a 20% tax bill, equal to £1.2 million, £120,000 a year over 10 years. This is the entire surplus generated by the farm before any wages are drawn. The only way to fund such a bill would be to sell the land, over 20% of the farm. Once that land is gone, it's gone. As the Prime Minister himself stated at the 2023 NFU conference, losing a farm is not like losing any other business. It can't come back. That land will end up being sold through necessity to developers for houses or for solar farms, both of which, conveniently, are political priorities for this government. Farming clearly isn't. Next week, thousands of farmers will be here in Westminster lobbying us, their representatives in this House, to tell us of the impact this will have on their livelihoods. The fact that the NFU have been forced into taking these steps after unproductive discussions with the Secretary of State, who many will feel that they can no longer trust after his pledge that the government had no plans to make changes to APR turned out to be a falsehood, is a damning indictment of Labour's commitment to farmers. The Prime Minister claimed that this Labour government seeks a new relationship with the countryside and farming communities, a relationship based on respect and on genuine partnership. Whether it be in Huntingdon, Cambridgeshire or any of our rural heartlands, the Prime Minister is not delivering on that promise. The Prime Minister's new relationship has quickly soured into a toxic one. I hope that Labour MPs will not only be brave enough to face their constituents when they come to Westminster next week, but also to lobby the Chancellor, the Secretary of State, to ensure our family farms are not taxed out of existence.